Hello and welcome to the Blossoming Soul Tarot. So today's video I am very excited about because if you've been watching my channel, you know that I love doing monthly predictions, and that's what I have for you today. It's the April 2023 general prediction. If you've been watching my channel, you may have noticed that I like to do these readings not so much at the end of the month, like from the 28th to the 30th or 31st. I prefer to do them between like the 16th, 17th to the 22nd, 23rd. That's because I, first of all, like to give you a little bit of time before the end of the month to think about the reading and all the messages before the next month starts. But also because more towards the end of the month, I started doing the more specific monthly prediction that is about love, about your love life. So yeah, and I'm going to be doing that this month as well. So yeah, stay tuned because next week we have the April love prediction. So don't forget to watch that video because I'm sure it's going to be great, because I love doing this monthly predictions, not just the general ones, but the ones regarding your love life. I think that they always have very interesting messages. So yeah, as usual, I have 3 cards for you to choose from. These were randomly selected, and whatever information they have, that is going to be the base for your reading. So now you just have to choose between group number 1, 2, or 3. The timestamps are down below in the description as usual, so make sure you pause the video if you need more time to choose from one of these cards. Let me just give you the usual disclaimer. So this whole reading may not resonate 100% to all of you, which is normal because this is a general reading, so it's meant for a very broad audience. But make sure you have fun with the reading, take the message that resonates to you, leave what doesn't resonate to you to the side, because I'm sure that you will find very important messages on the pile that you choose. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if the reading was helpful to you in any way, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my videos, and stay updated on what I post here on YouTube. And yeah, now without further ado, let's hop onto the video. Hi group 1 and welcome to your reading. So let's see what the universe has for you for the month of April. This is going to be your first message. Believe in the impossible. Wow. Group number 1, you start very, very strongly. This is the image that is on the box of this deck. As you can see here, you have the guidebook is the exact same image. And it's the main card of the deck, pretty much. It's a very strong card, as I said. Believe in the impossible. I guess that says it all, but at the same time it doesn't say much. But what I can feel looking at this card is a very mysterious and mystical energy surrounding you in the month of April. So I believe that if there is something that you have been dreaming about, something that you've been really, really wanting to happen, I think that April could be a great month for you to start manifesting that specific thing, group number 1. For some of you, there is going to be an opportunity coming up, or a certain proposal. I don't know, it's going to be different for all of you, but whatever that is, if that's something that you feel drawn to, something that you feel like you should do, it is the right time for you to accept it and to move forward, and to do that thing. Because again, of course it's going to be different for all of you, but this card usually means that whatever is coming to you, in this case in the month of April, that could be a once in a lifetime chance or once in a lifetime opportunity or event. So whatever it is, if it's something that you want, make sure you are ready to say yes and to go for it, because it may be your only chance to do that thing or to have that experience. Or maybe it could be a situation that is unlikely to repeat. Or again, that could only happen once. I don't know, but there is definitely something special, or at least something that you really want, that is going to happen in April, and this is the universe telling you that you have to be ready to receive that opportunity. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what other messages the universe has for you, group number 1. So I'm gonna grab the Moonology Oracle cards once again to see what other messages we can get from here. Group number 1, April 2023. Okay. Let me put this one over here. So you have, you and your loved ones are safe, and your hard work is paying off. Okay, so try to put this straight. So yeah, the candle just, yeah, it's gone. So I have to put another one. Give me a second. Let's move on to your next card. So you had believe in the impossible, and now you have you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer, and your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. I definitely see some kind of renewal here, or something starting over, or yeah, definitely new opportunities, some new things coming and happening for you, because we have the new moon twice here, and this card here in the center says you and your loved ones are safe. So if there is something that has been keeping you a bit worried about someone that you love, or about yourself, this is the universe letting you know that there's nothing to fear, because whatever is happening, it's gonna go away quite fast, or whatever is happening, it's not serious, or it's not gonna last long. So you shouldn't be too worried. You don't need to be too worried, because everything is going to be fine. This could also mean that, for example, if you have been a bit far from your family, or imagine that you live in a different country, or that they live in a different country, or you just have been working so much that you didn't really have the time to spend with them. And this card kind of tells you to make sure that you put your family first, and let those family members a bit closer to you. This could also mean that for those of you that have children, that something new might come up for them. Yeah, I think that's mostly what I feel from this card. Of course, it has a lot of meanings, because when I looked at it right at first, I felt like this time it was very literal. I'm saying this because this textbook has a lot of messages, a lot of different messages. So I am pretty sure that this card has dozens of messages, very different ones. But as soon as I looked at it, I feel like for you, this really has to be directly with your loved ones, or for those of you who have kids, it could have to deal with them. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that this message will resonate to most of you, about your family members, but for those of you who don't resonate with that message, this could also mean that something new is starting for you, and that whatever you are feeling a little bit unsure or unsafe about, this is the universe telling you that you don't need to feel that way because you are being guided. Then you also had your hard work is paying off. So I think that this card has a very obvious message. It's all about collecting the fruits of your labor. So I imagine that most of you have been working a lot towards something, towards a goal, towards, I don't know, something that you really want to happen in your life. And I feel like April is going to be the month in which you are going to start feeling that your hard work is finally paying off. This could be that, for example, you have been wanting to do a certain trip, and you have been working very hard to save money, and you've been working hard to try to take more holidays, or I don't know, it could be anything. It's going to be different for all of you, of course, but this can mean that, regarding this specific example, that April is going to be the month in which you are going to make that dream come true and do that travel, or it could be when you finally start planning it. So I'm not sure in which phase you are, in which step of the way you are, but your hard work towards something is paying off. It is going to start paying off in April. So that is a very, very positive and good message, group number 1. So now I'm going to grab the tarot to see what other messages we can get from the universe. Group number 1. Okay, 1 fell down. Group number 1. April 2023. Okay, I got 4 cards. Let me just pick up the other one. Okay, so you have the Page of Pentacles, the Tower, the 7 of Wands, and the Temperance card. So this is a very interesting set of cards, group number 1. I'm going to start off here with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles usually represents a young person who has a lot of plans, who actually likes to plan things a lot before they act, especially regarding their finances, their work, and they are very practical people. They are very trustworthy, very loyal, and they are also very responsible people. For most of you, this is going to represent you. It's going to represent the fact that you are feeling that people are going to put a bit more responsibility on your shoulders. But if that's the case, then you shouldn't feel like threatened or that you have an impossible job to do. No, it just means that people trust you to do things, and you should take that as a compliment. I also see that here with this Page of Pentacles, that helping other people and letting other people help you is definitely going to reward you. And I feel like this could be also connected with the hard work is paying off and also your loved ones are safe. So I believe that you are going to be able to keep everyone safe and to try to help people as well. I feel like there's something about helping, about defending your beliefs, about standing up for what you believe in, standing up for yourself, setting boundaries. I think that there is something about that as well in the month of April, and that is because I also see here the Seven of Wands. I will be there in a minute, but essentially the Page of Pentacles is someone that really likes to help people, and tries to keep them safe in every single way. He's a very practical person, and I feel like that is going to be the person that you are going to be in April. Then you also have the Tower here. The Tower is always a bit of a scary card because it's a card that means change, and change is always very scary. In this case in particular, it is a sudden change. It is a change that you were not expecting, or at least you weren't expecting it to happen in that moment. I feel like this is going to be, from what I see here with the Page of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Seven of Wands especially, and then finally with the Temperance card, I feel like something in April is going to happen that is going to make you really stand up for yourself, or stand up for your loved ones, or stand up for what you believe in, and really leave your boundaries clear. So yeah, and the universe is kind of telling you that you should, how do I explain this? It's I don't know, I can't really explain, but I didn't have a reading like this in a long time. I am feeling like a lot of messages coming in, so it's really difficult to tell you what really matters and to kind of filter everything. But just give me a second so I can try not to be too confusing. So in general, just to try to sum up this part of the reading, I think the best way to do this is to now explain you a little bit and tell you a little bit about what I'm thinking of this Seven of Wands and then the Temperance card, and then just try to sum it up a little bit for you so it doesn't get too confusing. So we already mentioned what kind of person this Page of Pentacles is and what he's doing here, and again, I believe that in general is going to represent yourself, but for some of you, pay attention and try to recognize these characteristics in someone around you, because that person could be very, very helpful to you. Then we have the Tower, which means a sudden change that you are either not expecting to happen or not expecting to happen at that specific moment. Then you have the Seven of Wands, which is usually about standing up for yourself and setting your boundaries. This card always tells me that the person receiving it is a very brave person, a very courageous person, and that they are going to have the chance to show off that they are in charge and that they can take control of that certain situation that they're going through. And I think it's a very, very powerful and strong card. Then you also have the Temperance card right here, which to me is very interesting that it is right at the end of your tarot, because this is a very, how do I say, ethereal card. It's a card that really symbolizes the integration of body and spirit. It's, I don't know, it's just a card that has such a beautiful energy. It's a card that usually talks about balance, patience, moderation, and you are kind of being invited to stabilize all the energy in your life, and that you should avoid a lot of extremes. So putting all this together and trying to sum it up for you, I think that, as sometimes happens in the readings, this group number 1 is a group of very different people, and it is normal if some of you don't resonate with all of these messages, because they're all very different. So some of you, not many, will resonate to every single thing here, but for most of you, don't expect to identify with all of these messages, because they're all very different. And I think that this is the universe also letting me know that this group is a very mixed group, and there are a lot of things happening here. So again, just to sum it up a little bit, I know that this reading is going to take a little bit longer than the others, but I think it's fine as long as I can explain every single thing that I'm receiving, or at least most of it. So yeah, just to sum it up, there is some change coming your way, that's for sure. It's gonna be very sudden. You won't be expecting it to happen, or you won't be expecting it to happen at that moment. You are being asked to stay at a safe ground for now, not take too many risks or too little, and just stay with your feet on the ground, and maybe not making a lot of decisions in the month of April, a lot of important decisions. Maybe take time to think things through. There could be, for some of you, a situation in which you will have to stand up for yourself, but the universe is telling you that you are going to be taking the upper hand. You are at an advantage. You have an advantage on this situation, so you just have to really stand up for your beliefs, stand up for yourself. Yeah, I think that, summing up everything, I think that I gave you all of the main messages that the universe really wanted me to give you regarding all these tarot cards. I hope that some of these messages resonated. Now I'm going to move on to my Whispers of Love deck. So let's see what the universe has for you, group number 1. Group number 1, April 2023. Okay, so you have be authentic and physical touch. So be authentic, be real and true to who you are and how you feel. So I think this really takes me to the 7 of Wands here, because this is asking you to be yourself, to be authentic, and to be real about the person that you are and standing up for what you believe in. So this really makes me sure that for many of you, this is an important message right here. The fact that you are going to have to stand up for yourself on a certain situation, and also to accept the way that you're feeling and trying to deal with those feelings the best way possible. Then you also have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. I feel like this is, for some of you, about this Page of Pentacles right here. So for those of you that are going to have in April someone that is going to help you in a certain situation, I feel like that person is going to be extremely helpful, not just on material things, so helping you, like actually helping you on something, but also to give you that emotional support. I feel like you are going to need a little bit of emotional support during the month of April. That doesn't mean that something bad is going to happen. It's just mean that it's going to be good that you have someone by your side, a friend, your partner, a family member, that will help you navigate through your emotions or a certain situation that happens, or a decision that you have to make. So I just believe that there is going to be someone for most of you that is going to help you during the month of April. When I saw the Page of Pentacles first, I thought that for most of you this was going to symbolize yourself, but now that I have this card right here, I believe that the percentage of you that are actually going to have this Page of Pentacles helping you, so this Page of Pentacles representing another person, I think this is going to be like 50-50. So for some of you it's going to be one thing, for some of you it's going to be the other. I have changed my mind, and I think that it's going to be a bit more balanced. Now finally I'm gonna grab the self-care oracle on the monthly predictions. I always like to bring this oracle. I think I'm gonna bring it several times on these readings, because it's very important to think of self-care. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this kind of tells me something about the whole reading, because remember that I gave you an example of a vacation or a trip that you might have been wanting to take. So I was telling that as an example, but I believe that for many of you this is actually going to be happening. I think that that's going to be the case. I feel like you've been wanting to take a vacation for a while, or you've been wanting to take a certain trip to a certain place for a while, and I believe that you're either going to be doing that in April, or you are going to start planning that trip in April. So if you've been thinking about this, April is the best month for you to start thinking about this. Maybe it's because that the destination that you're thinking of going has lower prices in April, or you can buy cheaper tickets in April. So I don't know, but there is something related to your vacations or holidays or a trip that you want to take that is best to deal with in April. Then you also have massage. This is interesting because the physical touch card here could actually be more obvious than I thought. So maybe you are going to feel a little bit tense, and it could be helpful for you to either ask your partner for a massage, or just take a day off and take care of yourself and go get a massage somewhere. So I think that these are two quite precious self-care messages, and I think that these are important for sure, because I have mentioned things like this before. The trip, I've mentioned it in the beginning, but it was just as an example. I wasn't expecting it to actually materialize into this card. And the massage, we also had the physical touch card here, so I didn't really expect that it was so literal. But I think that is the case for most of you. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end the reading right here. I am so sorry that if it was confusing. Sometimes it happens that we get readings like this in which we have a lot of different messages, and that a lot of messages are coming to my mind, and it is very difficult to start. First of all, to get those messages to make sense, and second of all, to filter those messages and try not to say every single thing that comes to my mind. But about that part, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to figure out how to filter those. But yeah, anyway, I know it was a little bit confusing, and I'm a bit sorry, and I'm sorry about that. I hope I was able to, after saying all those messages, to sum it up a little bit for you. We have a lot of important messages here, some of them regarding vacations, some of them regarding a sudden change that is going to come your way, so the universe is really trying to get you ready for that. So there are a few things happening here in April for you, so just take what resonates and use this reading as guidance for your month of April. Yeah, I hope you liked the video despite this. It was a little bit confusing. I really hope that it was helpful to you. So don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, if something resonated, and also if you wish to, don't forget to leave a comment down below letting me know what resonated. I always like to know that, and I give my best to respond to all the comments because I love having your support, and I always like to retribute. I always like to give that back to you guys. Yeah, thank you so much for being with me today, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye. Hi group number 2, and welcome to your reading. So let's see what is the first message that the universe has for you in this April general prediction. What do you need to release? Well, this is quite of a strong message, group number 2. What do you need to release? I guess that the universe is giving me this card because it wants you to ask this question to yourself. Maybe there has been something recently that you've been wanting to get rid of, or that you want to leave behind, or that you want to just erase from your life. It could be anything, and it's going to be different for all of you, of course, but we will try to dive deep on this particular subject of releasing something. I'm just very curious to find out more about this reading, to find out more about your month of April, group number 2. But what I can see so far is that this is a question that the universe really wants you to ask yourself, and maybe starting now or by the end of this month if you're not ready yet. But this is something that the universe really wants you to focus on, which is releasing something from your life that doesn't serve you anymore. I believe that this is going to be one of the main messages of this reading, because so far, since I've been doing tarot readings and oracle card readings, every single time that this card comes up, this ends up being like one of the main messages. So take note of this and try to think about something that you need to release from your life. Now I'm gonna grab Demonology Oracle cards again to see what other messages the universe has for you in April. Group number 2. April. Okay. We have the 2 cards that I was looking for. You have Show the World the Real You, and you have Meditate and Contemplate. I'm sorry, I had to move the camera a little bit because it was a bit weird. So you have Show the World the Real You, Full Moon in Aquarius, and Meditate and Contemplate, New Moon in Pisces. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were water signs. Of course, there are other signs here present, but I'm feeling a lot of water energy here. I think this card right here, Meditate and Contemplate, is very strong here in this reading. It's gonna have a lot of messages associated to it during the whole reading. But when I can start by saying regarding this Show the World a Real You card, I think that for some of you, one of the things that you need to release is the way that you see yourself, or the way that you show yourself to the world or present yourself to people. Maybe you are trying to be someone that you are not just to please others, and that is never a good thing, because that's not the real you, and people will notice sooner or later, and it's always best to show the real you. So I think that for many of you, this is a message from the universe, to tell you that in April you should start not being so afraid of showing people the real you, because they will take you a lot more serious. They will probably love you even more and like you even more, because when you show the real you, and who you are going to be like a magnet to people. People are going to feel like they are talking to the real you, because they are. So make sure that you build that confidence during the next month, in order for you to be able to show people who you really are, and to allow people to love you and engage with you for the person that you are. Then you also have the meditate and contemplate, which is all about that water energy that I was talking about. It's the new moon in Pisces, and really gives me that feeling of calmness and tranquility. And I feel like this is about this what you need to release thing, because again, I felt right from the beginning that this was going to be the base for your reading. Like I usually say, the first card is the base for your reading, and this time, I mean, that is 100% accurate, or 200% accurate. And that is because for you to understand what you need to release from your life and what is no longer serving you, you need to dive deep into meditation and contemplation and visualization, really, to you should try to visualize what you want in your life. Maybe build a vision board. This could be important for you, and this could be useful in this situation, because when you build a vision board, you gather together images that represent things that you want in your life, or situations that you want to have present in your life, and you put them together in one document. For example, you can use that as a wallpaper for your phone, or for your for a laptop, for example, so you can look at it every single day and remind yourself of what you want in your life, and you won't have the things that you don't want there. So maybe take time during the month of April to really, it doesn't mean that you have to actually meditate, but if that's something that you're into or something that you've been interested in doing, maybe April is a good month to start. If not, then it's perfectly fine. Group number 2, you can still stop every single day for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't matter, and think about what you want to have in your life, and what is in your life that no longer serves you and that no longer benefits you. And those are the things that you are going to start working on releasing. Now I'm going to grab the tarot deck. I'm very curious to see what messages the universe will have for you regarding this releasing energy that I have here. So group number 2, April 2023. Group number 2. Okay. Let's see what we have. You have the Star. You have the Fool. You have the Queen of Swords. And the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. I think the cards are not 100% straight, so let me... Yeah. I think that's okay. Let me just look at the cards for a second. Well, I mean, you have a lot of different things happening here. You have two major arcana cards. You also have a swords card and a pentacles card. One of them is a court card, the queen in this case. And let me just tell you, group number 2, that you have the one that is my favorite card in tarot. I think it's a card that really represents me very well, and I am hoping that it represents you as well, or it actually, or that it at least represents a part of you, or that represents what you want to become. I'm talking about the Fool card here. I won't be diving into this one just now. I'm going to start with the Star, which is a beautiful card. It's a bright card. It's a card of light. It's a card of guidance, and having in mind this releasing energy and showing the world of really you, and meditation, contemplation that you had in the first 3 cards. I feel like this Star card is here as a symbol of guidance, as a symbol that the universe and the angels, God, whatever you believe in, it doesn't matter. It just means that someone or something is guiding your way. If you are not religious and don't believe in anything in particular, just think that the universe is guiding your way, because when you have a star, it usually means that something is lighting up your way towards something great. So I believe that you are definitely being guided in this releasing situation that you are going to go through, group number 2, and that you shouldn't worry at all, because you don't have any negative cards here. It's only positives, and it's only positive messages here, some of them very, very strong. And whatever you're needing to release here, even if it's not something very obvious, and it's something like a behavior that you have, or a thought that you have, a negative thought, for example, whatever it is, you are being supported, you are being guided on that situation, so you don't have to worry at all. Now moving on to my favorite card of the tarot deck, which is the Fool card. I think that this card has such a beautiful and strong energy. It's all about taking a leap of faith. It's about taking a risk. It's about leaving most of the things behind and go into a new adventure. You are not alone. As you can see here, this character has his trusted friend here, his dog, and I think that this makes me feel like, again, you guys are being guided, you guys are being helped and supported by either the universe, for example, or some other energy that is surrounding you, or even someone that is strong, someone that you can trust, and someone that is supporting you on this beautiful journey that you are about to take. This could be a physical journey, something that is actually going to happen in reality, or it could be like a more spiritual or mental, let's see, psychological journey. Something that you are about to change in your life, because when you release something, your life is changing, usually for the best. And this card is also about taking only things that matter to you, because as you can see, this person is jumping on a new adventure, and he only takes like a few things with him. He only takes the things that matter. So I think that this is mostly what it's going to mean to you. Some of you, I think, are going to start something new, something big, but for most of you, this is more metaphorical. This is more about you only keeping close to you the things that really matter. And the fact that you have the Queen of Swords here, that really makes me feel that you are a very strong person. You are very strong people, group number 2, because the Queen of Swords is someone that is in control of their emotions. And I believe that for most of you, that's pretty much the thing, or the things that you are looking forward and are trying to release for a long time, or that you are now noticing that you want to release. Because the Queen of Swords is, again, in control of their emotions. She's a very thoughtful and trustworthy person. And for some of you, this Queen of Swords really represents the person that you want to become, and the person that you will become after you release these things that no longer serve you. For others of you, this is going to represent the person that is going to help you go through this. Someone that doesn't share much about themselves, someone who's very intelligent, who's very independent, and that always likes to balance and see all sides of a certain situation, and someone who doesn't let a lot of people close, but the ones that he or she does allow to get close, she loves them deeply. So this description could match someone that is coming into your life, or that is already into your life, that is going to help you through this situation. And then finally, you have here the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is all about hard work. So I think this just means that you don't give up. And I think this card is just the universe telling you that, of course, this whole process is going to take time. It's something that takes time, because you are working on yourself, and that's something that takes a lot of time and patience. And I think that the Queen of Swords really represents like that patient and calm and collected figure. And this is just the universe telling you and reminding you that although this is going to take a lot of work, it's going to pay off in the end, and you are going to be feeling free. I think that's the word that's coming to my mind, and that's the word that I am feeling when I look at these cards right here. It's freedom. I think that's where you're going to feel at the end of all this process. This is a very exciting reading. I'm loving this reading, group number 2, and I hope you are too. Now let me grab the Whispers of Love deck just to get a bit of a love message. So group number 2, April 2023. Like attracts like, and love who you are. Okay, I usually go from left to right, but I have to start with this one because it's the one that caught my attention right away. Love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. And I believe that this is a sentence that many of you really needed to hear right now. And I am very glad that I am the one receiving that message and telling you this message, my lovely group number 2. I feel like some of you are really needing a boost of confidence and starting to really believe in yourselves and seeing your value, because it is there, group number 2. It is there. You are valuable. You are wonderful, and there are a lot of beautiful things in life for you to experience. But for that, you have to love who you are. And I think that that's a little bit of an issue for some of you, group number 2, because you also had this card here, show the world the real you. I feel like because you don't love who you are sometimes, and because you don't trust yourself enough, you are not confident enough sometimes to really show the world the real you and let people in, to be honest. Some of you might have that little bit of trouble of letting people in, letting people get close to you. And that's why I said that for some of you, this Queen of Swords represents yourself. Because the Queen of Swords is someone that doesn't get people close easily. So this could be one of your issues as well, group number 2. So think about that, because the month of April could be a great starting point for you to start trying to see things in a different way. Because as you have here in this card right here, like attracts like. If you long for more love, be more loving. Maybe sometimes you are that kind of person who feels like you are not being shown a lot of love from other people, or that other people don't like you. It might be that that's something that you feel or think about sometimes, but maybe that's because people also don't feel like you're open to receive that love. So make sure that you are a little bit more open to people. Try to engage with people a little bit more, listen to them, and let them get close to you, because you are such amazing human beings, group number 2. You just need a little bit of guidance, and with the star right here, I feel like you are being guided. So take the month of April to reflect on these things, to meditate on these things, and try to understand what is the path that you want to take and what you need to release from your life. I think that for most of you, it's going to be pretty much in the lines of this. It's going to be about not being confident, about not giving yourself to others more, about being a bit cold and closed emotionally. I think that for some of you, that is what you need to release, but for others of you, just keep in mind that there is something that you are, that is no longer serving you, and that you should take care of it. Before I go, I want to grab my self-care oracle. This is an oracle deck that I always like to use in the monthly predictions, just to get a few messages, because self-care is something very important and that sometimes you don't really think about. So let's see what we have. So okay, this makes a lot of sense. So you have write a gratitude list, and you also have positive affirmations. And let me start here with the positive affirmations, because I don't know if you can see, there's some words and some sentences here. One of them is, I love myself, worthy, grateful, brave, beautiful, I choose love. So this really strengthens that idea that I just have been feeling during this reading, which is that you guys need to work on your self-confidence. And one way to that, this is a suggestion from the universe, one way to that is to work with positive affirmations. So maybe write an affirmation on the beginning of each day, and try to keep that in mind for the rest of the day, because it will probably make you feel a little bit better, because as you are constantly thinking about that sentence and reminding yourself of that sentence, that is going to get into your brain and help you make that sentence become the truth to you. For example, imagine that one day you write down the sentence, I am worthy of love. And during the day, sometimes you have situations in which you don't feel so well regarding that part of your life. You feel like people are not giving you as much attention as you wanted, or as much love as you wanted. So if every single time you look at that sentence that you might have on your phone, for example, you will be feeling more and more that that is just a negative thought that is like in your mind for nothing, because you are worthy of love. So why is your brain telling you that you should not receive love? So I don't know if I made myself clear, but basically work on positive affirmations, search a few maybe, try to come up with others if you wish to, and use that to boost your self-confidence a little bit. Then write a gratitude list. This is interesting because one of the things that says here is grateful. So I feel like the universe is telling you that one of the things that you should work on in April is gratitude, and one good way to do that is to write a gratitude list. Take this as an example. Every single day at night before you go to bed, you write down 3 things that you're grateful for on that day, that happened on that day, or that you are feeling, or that you are thinking about. So every single day at night, write 3 things that you're grateful for. I think that will help you realize that there are a lot of good things in your life, which sometimes we forget because we only think about the bigger things, but there are a lot of little things that are very important for you as well that you just don't think about it. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the reading right here. I think that this was a very positive and very interesting and strong reading. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video if you did, and if something resonated. Also, if that's something that you would like to do, leave me a comment down below letting me know what resonated, what you enjoyed about the reading, because I always love to read your comments. I love your support, and I always try to reply to them because I like to give that back to you guys. Yeah, thank you so much for being here with me today, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye. Heart number 3, and welcome to your reading. So let's see what is the first message that the universe has for you for this month of April. A personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. Okay, so this is a very interesting card to start off with, because it's a very clear message, because it says a personal issue reaches resolution. So for many of you, group number 3, I believe that there has been something that you've been worried about, or something that has been keeping you a little bit worried and anxious. Again, it's going to be, it's going to be different for all of you, of course, but there is something that has been keeping you up at night, let's say like this, that is finally reaching a resolution, which is always a very positive message. I'm not going to dive too deep into this card right here. I'm going to see with the Moonology deck what other messages the universe has for you in the month of April, and I am hoping that some of the messages will explain a little bit more of what this is about. So group number 3, April 2023. Okay. So you have confidence is your key to success, and you have a time for healing. So I am feeling that this could be another reading that has a lot of messages, and that a lot of different messages, because they are meant for even a broader audience. So explaining that in different words, I believe that as it happened with group number 1, group number 3 might have a lot of different people, so this reading might have a lot of different messages. So I'm going to start by telling you about these cards individually. I already talked about this one, because I am not sure if what's here has to deal with this or not. And I'm going to wait until I shuffle my tarot deck to see what messages have to do with this personal issue that is going to reach its resolution. What I can see that definitely has to deal with this personal issue is this card right here, a time for healing. This is definitely telling me that April is going to be a positive month for you, more of a month of relief and tranquility, let's say, in a sense, because when you have something that you are hoping to come to a resolution, this could be a health issue, it could be something at your work, it could be something in your love life, it could be something with yourself, it could be anything. And when you're waiting for that to end, when you just want that to be over, you are stressed out, of course, or at least you are a bit anxious. And I believe that April is definitely a time for healing. It's a time to start breathing again, in a sense, to start seeing things from a new perspective, with a new light. And I think this is a very good and a very positive message for you, group number 3. This card, sometimes it always... I decided to talk about this card first because I think it's more related to this one. This one could either be related to this situation or not, so I'm gonna leave it to the end, and then I will try to figure out more about this whole connection with the tarot card, with the tarot cards, to see if this is just another message or if it has something to do with this personal issue. But going back to this card right here, the Balsamic Moon, this card always tells you to leave the past in the past, because there is a bright future in front of you. It's a time to heal from things that happened in the past, from this certain issue that you had. It's time to heal, and it's time to let go of the past, and to understand and have in mind that once you are healed from this situation, you will be ready to move forward. And I think that April will be the time in which you are going to start feeling that you are about to start something good, to turn the corner, let's say, because you were feeling a bit down, you were feeling that you were still healing from something, and you are finally going to start reaching the corner and going towards a new direction. So yeah, now let me move on to the new moon in Leo, because again, I feel like this personal issue and this healing card are most certainly connected, but this could be a different message. So let me see what I can tell you about this. Confidence is your key to success. So this card definitely, I'm trying to look at it and try to break it down a little bit for you, because we have two different things. We have confidence and we have success. And confidence usually leads to success. And this card is pretty much telling you that confidence is the key. And when you are, when you have a personal issue or when you're healing, it could happen that your confidence goes down a little bit. And I believe that this card, if it has to deal with the other two, it can mean that once you heal, then it's time to start working a lot more in your confidence, because that is going to be the key to success in your life. If the card has nothing to do with this personal issue, the new moon in Leo usually represents very brave people, and like a very strong energy, because Leo is a very strong sign. It's a very loving energy, a very strong and brave energy, and it's usually a reminder that you have to be proud of who you are, you have to be confident in yourself, and see yourself as someone important, someone amazing, and that it is time for you to show the world who you are, to show the world what you've got, to show the world what you're worth. And I think that this could mean that this is what you should focus on after this healing and this resolution. Or it could just be about something else in your life. So take which of the messages resonate to you in particular, because again, I feel like group number 3 has a lot of different things going on. So for some of you, this will be about this situation, and for some of you, this will be a different message about different things. Yeah, I'm not going to dive a lot deeper into these cards. I'm going to grab the tarot deck and to see what other informations we can get from the universe about your month of April. So group number 3, April 2023. Okay, so we have 4 cards. Let's see. 7 of Cups. Oh, this one was upside down. Knight of Cups. The Fool. And the 9 of Swords. I know that I usually, again, go from left to right when reading the cards, but I'm gonna just take this one right off the way because it's the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is about feeling down, feeling a bit depressed, having nightmares, feeling the need to cry, and to free yourself from all issues. And I feel like this card just means and symbolizes what you've been through, and it symbolizes that this time for healing doesn't mean that you are not going to be crying anymore about something, doesn't mean that you are not going to stop being worried about something from night to day, because sometimes people associate healing with, okay, now everything is fine, it's all good, and it's all rainbows, but it's not true. Healing is a difficult process, and there could be some crying along the way, some nightmares or worry, or a bit of anxiety, but what I can see here is that the universe is giving you all the tools that you need to do that healing process, and because the universe, the first thing that the universe said to you was that a personal issue is reaching resolution, and that means that it's time for healing. So whatever this is, it's about to be over, and after that you have beautiful things coming your way, because you have 3 amazing cards here. And let me start with the first one, the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is all about choices and about a lot of things that you want to have, and I see that sooner or later the universe is going to present you with a lot of different
possibilities, a lot of opportunities, and at that time you are going to be more than ready to choose one of those options and to take that new and amazing path that is right in front of you. And I feel like for some of you, I'm not gonna go too deep into this, although it's what I'm feeling, so I have to say it. And I feel like for many of you, this will be related to love. Because we have two cards here. The new moon in Leo could also be related to your love life. So I really feel like this could be related to your love life as well. But next week we're gonna have the love prediction for April 2023. So I didn't say this to the other two groups because they didn't have like a lot of love messages, or I didn't feel like it was about love. But for you, group number 3, you definitely have to watch next week's video, because I feel like there is something about love here going on, and it's something important because it's about something that is going to reach its resolution. It's about healing, and it's also about starting something new, because I see someone here that is going to give you all their love. This Knight of Cups here is someone very calm, very lovable and loving, and someone that is ready to share their emotions with you. And then you also have the Fool card right here, which is all about taking a leap of faith and going into a new adventure and starting something new in your life. Start fresh. So I feel like for many of you this is about love. I don't know, I don't have like a love card here, but I really feel like there is something about love. I do have a love deck coming up next, so we will take all our doubts there, but I won't be going too deep into this because I feel like next week's reading is going to be very, very important, and it's going to say a lot more. But what I can say is that there is probably someone helping you reaching this personal issue, and for others of you, there is probably someone that has their eyes on you. Let's say someone that is interested in you, someone that really wants to get to know you better, and you might jump into a new adventure and something new, maybe with someone else. I'm not sure of any of this because this was not supposed to be a love reading. That's why I'm not going too deep into this subject. I'm trying to keep it a bit more general, but I have to mention that this is probably about love for many of you. So yeah, again, don't forget to stay tuned and to be here for next week's reading. I guess this is the first time ever that I ask you guys to watch next week's video. This obviously, but that's only because I feel like it's going to be important for you guys. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think that it was going to be important. So let me see. I'm gonna grab the Whispers Oracle, the Whispers of Love Oracle deck. So group number 3, April 2023. Okay, there is definitely something coming up. Embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. So again, I don't want to go too deep into this because for some of you, as this is a general prediction, for some of you, this might not have to deal with love. It could be something else, because every single card has a lot of different interpretations. I'm just saying that for many of you, this could be about love, and I'm telling you more or less what it's about. But next week, the reading is going to be specifically about love. So for the people that are not resonating with this love part of this reading, I really want to keep things general and not forgetting the fact that this is a general reading. The love reading is not today, but embrace your emotions. For some of you, this is going to be about you accepting that you are interested in someone. For example, maybe something happened in the past that really kept you a little bit, how do I say, you have trouble trusting other people and letting your emotions flow. So that could be something that is going to happen in April. And for others of you, as this is a general reading, once again, I think that this could be about this Nine of Swords. This could be about you understanding that something reaching its resolution doesn't mean that you have to be okay right in the next minute. You have to think about it, think of what happened, and starting that healing process. And it is important in those situations that you really embrace your emotions and try to understand and express what you are feeling. This could be with yourself, this could be through writing, journaling, and for others of you, this could be through therapy, for example. That's why therapy is important in certain moments in your life. I think it's always important, I think that every single person should do some kind of therapy or coaching or counseling throughout their lives, because it helps you really understand where you're at and what are the next steps to take. But for those of you who can't do that, or don't want to do that, or don't feel comfortable doing that, or don't understand it, it's perfectly fine. But find someone, if you don't want a therapist or a doctor, find someone who can listen to you, who can try to understand you and give you good advice. And then you also have physical touch. A tender touch can mean so much. So again, this really makes me feel like many of you are going to have a lot of things happening in your love life in April. For others of you, I think this is definitely related to what I just said. It's about having someone by your side that can give you support. Then I'm going to end the reading with the Self-Care Oracle, which I always like to do in the general monthly predictions, because I think self-care is something really important that sometimes we forget about. So, group number 3, April. Okay. So as you can see, we have massage. So maybe you are needing to relax a little bit and to take a little bit of time for yourself. And you could either ask this to your partner, for example, or it could be a great excuse for you to take a day off, for example, and just go to a spa, book a massage, and try to relax a bit more. And then you also have take a walk. Taking a walk, and in this case, as I can see from the image, taking a walk in nature specifically, or near the beach, or near a lake or a river, it could really help you calm down and relax and think. And sometimes when you're healing, thinking is also something good. But it's good that you are doing it in a place in which you feel free, and that you are alone, and that you can connect with the earth, for example. And I feel like these are two very good advices from the universe. Again, a massage and take a walk. Think about it and try to take more walks in April. I'm pretty sure that's gonna help you. Otherwise, the universe wouldn't have sent this card. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna end the reading right here. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video if that was the case, and if something resonated, if you enjoyed the reading. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you thought, what resonated. You know, I always like to read your comments, and I've been loving your support. It's been amazing. And I always try to reply to all your comments, and thank you for that. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you for being here with me today, and I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.